We got a new report this morning with just 7 days to go until the MLB trade deadline about a potential young rising star possibly on his way to Philadelphia, or at least the Phillies are interested in this player. We're going to get into all of it today here on the newest episode of Phillies Digest. And yes, if you couldn't tell by the pictures, the person I am talking about is Oneil Cruz of the Pittsburgh Pirates. So Andrew Filipponi put out a report this morning from 93.7 The Fan in Pittsburgh saying, source, the Phillies are one of the teams that's trying to trade for Pirates center fielder Oneil Cruz. Philly has gotten terrible play in center field this year, and they are interested in seeing what Cruz could do in a lineup with Harper, Schwarber, and Turner. Good veteran influences. Stay tuned. Obviously, all respect to Andrew Filipponi, but, he's no Jeff Pass and blah, 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 blah. But this is a pretty interesting report because it's the first time we've ever really seen the Phillies linked to Oneil Cruz. Oneil Cruz, a guy who is a pretty confusing baseball player because, you watch him in the home run derby and you watch the highlights of him and you see the potential. I mean, the guy is 6'7". He's only 26 years old. He's slugging .419, but he only has an OPS plus of 103. He has 72 hits in 329 at-bats. He has 123 strikeouts already with just a .319 on base percentage. But then you go and look at the 16 homers and the 40 RBIs, and it's a very weird sort of baseball player, right? It's a weird look going down the line, right? 51 runs scored, only 72 hits in 329 at-bats, 16 homers, 40 RBIs, but he also has 33 stolen bases. But then you go look, and he's only hitting .219 with a .319 on base percentage, but that slugging percentage gets him all the way up to a .738 OPS with that low on base percentage. It's a confusing player, and which is probably the reason why I just don't think it's the best fit right now. I don't think the Phillies have time to bring in not projects, but guys that are still developing. They need proven players at this trade deadline. And I don't think Oneil Cruz is a proven player yet. He has a .738 OPS plus. He has .738 OPS. He has a career .757 OPS. Like, the average isn't good. The on-base percentage isn't great. He strikes out a ton, but when he's on, he's one of the most electric players in baseball. So that's what makes it really so confusing. I sent a tweet out earlier, and I said Oneil Cruz would be fun. I just don't think it makes a ton of sense. He's a left-handed hitter. I've been saying all along, this team needs power behind Bryce Harper from the right side of the plate, not the left side, the right side of the plate. He obviously has some pop, but he's also slashing 128, 250, 221 against left-handed pitching. Could he be a guy that finally breaks out with a fresh start? 100%. I don't think the Phillies should be looking for potential breakout players right now, though. And I still stand on that. This team needs proven baseball players. My next video that will come out tomorrow is going to be all about Steven Kwan, because I think Steven Kwan is while he's around the same age as Oneil Cruz, he's proven already. He can play in the playoffs. He knows how to win. He's a proven player. Steven Kwan is more proven than Oneil Cruz is. Yes, does Oneil Cruz have the potential to be better than Steven Kwan? Absolutely. But I don't think the Phillies have time to trade a bunch of prospects for a player that's not 100% proven yet, right? And this Oneil Cruz deal would take a good amount of prospects. It would be a lot. Like, it would be a good amount of prospects. I'm sorry, I'm trying to pull up Oneil Cruz's contract situation here just so I don't get it wrong for you guys. So there's 3 more years of control on Oneil Cruz. He's a young player that's not proven 100%. The athleticism is arguably the best in all of baseball, and he has 3 years left to control with 16 homers and 40 RBIs this year. It's going to be a heavy package. Like, it's going to be – the Pirates are going to ask for at least 2 of the Phillies' top 5 prospects, whether that's a Adam Miller, Justin Crawford package, whether that's an Adam Miller, Eduardo Tait, McAble, Tait, Crawford. Like, it's going to be a heavy, heavy package. And I don't quite literally think it makes a ton of sense right now. Good buddy Jack Fritz, kind of on the same page here. He said Oneil Cruz is truly a confounding trade idea. He's probably going to cost a lot prospect-wise, has been benched for not hustling at times this year, and has a slugging percentage against lefties of .221. But the upside is pretty ridiculous, and who knows what the Pirates situation is like to play for every day. I probably wouldn't do it if I were the Phillies, but I see why they're checking in. Listen, I absolutely understand why they're checking in. They want to see if O'Neal Cruz, like, if this kid's ready to leave Pittsburgh, which I think everyone's ready to leave Pittsburgh on that team at this point. It's an owner that will never spend money, and just that team needs to be sold because Paul Skeens is going to walk away from that team eventually if they don't do something. But, like, if O'Neal Cruz was proven and proven to play consistent baseball, I'd be all over this trade. But there's no guarantee that he's going to come in and he's going to hit 280 with an 850 OPS. Like, he could come here and have a 680 OPS and, only hit right-handed pitching. And the Phillies' problem right now isn't hitting right-handed pitching. It's hitting left-handed pitching. And when you're trying to trade for a guy that has a 125 average with a 440 OPS against lefties, his OPS dips 400 points from righties to lefties. That's just not what the team needs right now. And, like, listen, I can find a way to talk myself into O'Neal Cruz. I can talk myself into anyone if I really try. But I just think there's better options out there. Because once again, you go down and you look at this here, right? He's 6'7". He's 26 years old. He has a .419 slugging percentage this year. All that seems great. And then you go look at the 16 homers and the 40 RBIs. But the two biggest numbers here to me, after all that and all the athleticism and all the potential, is he has a .319 on-base percentage and a 103 OPS plus. A 103 OPS plus is just above league average, and a .319 on-base percentage is not that good. He has 48 walks to 123 strikeouts. He only has 72 hits and 329 at-bats. It just doesn't make a ton of sense to me. And listen, once again, like Fritz said, and like I already said, I understand why they're checking in. They're trying to gauge the market. They're trying to see what the Pirates want because there's a freak of talent there. And O'Neal Cruz is a freak of talent. He just hasn't put it all together yet. And I don't think the Phillies should be looking right now for guys that haven't put it together. And, I sit here and I say I'm more in on Luis Robert than O'Neal Cruz, and people call me crazy. The reason is Robert won't cost as much as O'Neal Cruz. It won't be a crazy difference, but the package for O'Neal Cruz will be more than it will be for Luis Robert. And personally, I'd rather untap potential from the right side of the plate than the left side of the plate right now. If you're going to get a proven guy, and it's not for some crazy power, I mean, I'm all in on Steven Kwan. Tomorrow's video will be all about Steven Kwan, so please stay around for that. That will release around noon-ish tomorrow. But something doesn't quite make sense to me. I don't think this is anywhere close to some done deal, but I'm at least happy they checked in because I think they're really starting to continue to gauge the market. It's pretty obvious to me that they're looking at hitters, and yes, they need a back end of the bullpen arm, and they need hit. I think they need hitters more than bullpen arms. Like, this lineup needs a power threat from the right side of the plate, and O'Neal Cruz, lefty. It's just I don't know. Like, something about it. I just don't. It doesn't make a ton of sense to me. I don't know. Let me know if you guys agree. Stay tuned tomorrow for the Steven Kwan video. But O'Neal Cruz, in or out, if it was a package with Bednar or Santana. But, guys, that would be a hefty package. So, is it worth doing that? Would you rather go for a Steven Kwan Emmanuel Clase A deal? I think that's kind of what's up for debate right now. Once again, if you guys have not subscribed to the channel already, please do so. This has been the newest episode of Phillies Digest. My name is Luke Arcaini, and I will see you guys next time.